Here on the homestead, we drink rainwater, ew, and poop in a bucket. No, we don't. Here at Two Brothers Outdoors, we're civilized. Hello everybody, and welcome back to our channel, Two Brothers Outdoors. Today I'm running solo because I'm semi-retired and Tim is not. Tim's at work and I'm here. So today I got this fir tree on the mill. These trees are dying. They typically don't live that many years. This tree is about 25 years old. I'll show you the growth rings in just a minute. But these trees grow fast and then the roots start rotting. They get ants in them and then they die. They don't get very old at all. But we will utilize this wood to make siding for the doors, and that is all we have left of this building. And once we get the siding on the doors, this part of the construction over here that you're sitting in now will be done. All right, let's take a look at these growth rings, and then we'll get sawing on this and get some 1-bys out of it and finish up this project. Okay, so if you look at the growth rings on this tree, you see how wide they are? This tree grows quite a bit annually. It grows a good 1/4 inch in diameter every single year, sometimes even more. The outer rings right there are almost 3/8 of an inch thick. So this is a very fast growing tree, but unfortunately they don't live very long. This tree, like the white pine, is very, very pitchy. That's why I got my gloves on. But the pitch is in pockets on the bark. Once you get the bark off of it, the pitch no longer bleeds out of the wood. White pine keeps bleeding out of the ends even after you get the bark off of it. But this is pitch free once the bark's off. All right, guys, we're going to get this sawn up into 1-bys, and we're going to finish these doors right here. And once the doors are finished, this new addition on the building will be done. This will give us a lot of extra space to store wood while we're sawing it and keep it out of the rain until we're ready to move it to one of our other buildings. One thing I am very happy about this morning in my exploits, I found another source for logs, mostly white pine, but hey, I like sawing white pine. It makes beautiful lumber. But I found a source of white pine logs, and they're going to be free. The only downside is the base logs may have metal in them because they're probably going to be logs out of people's, trees out of people's yards. Yard trees, we call them, and yard trees almost always have metal in the base of them. Kids grow up building tree forts in the yard trees. People run fence lines on the yard trees. Hang clotheslines on the yard trees. You know how it goes. But if we can determine the base log and leave that behind and just take the upper logs, we may make out pretty well on this free source of logs. Okay, so I measured this log. It's an 11-inch log on the small end. We're going to go ahead and get the mill fired up and let it warm up a little bit. I probably should go get some coolant. Looks like I'm about out of coolant. So I'm going to go get a couple gallons of coolant real quick and put them in the mill. You don't want to run out on this pitchy wood. Alright guys, we got quite a bit of butt swell on this end down here. So we're not going to raise this end up with a toe board. We're going to leave it flat like it lays. I'm going to try to get 1/8 out of it. I didn't measure it. I'm just going to try to eyeball it. Hopefully, I don't mess up. At any rate, we're going to get cutting this up. I'm not going to stop and talk to you guys. I will narrate what I'm doing as I go along. All right, the mill's already warmed up. Because this log is so pitchy, I'm going to put my apron on. The apron will protect my pants and my shirt from the pitch when I take the offcuts out to the rack. I'm checking the board for score marks. I built a 2-setter, and this was the first blade I used it on, and I am pretty pleased about what I see. Once we get a corner on the cant, which means there's two sides next to each other that are flat, we no longer use the dogs, we just slide up against the log stops. At this point, we can get 8-inch boards out of this cant, but I'm looking at it and I think we can get more 7-inchers because we still got a cap on the top that has quite a taper to it. So I think we're going to cut one more time down and come up with 7-inchers instead of 8-inchers. I am going to flip this cant with my bare hands without a PV. Look at that. Look how easy it is. That's muscles right there. No, actually, this wood is not very dense because it grows so fast, and it's very light. It is almost as light as balsa wood. Hence, I think why they call it balsa fir. And then again, maybe I'm wrong. I think it's called balsam fir, not balsa fir. Yep, balsam fir. Okay, so we're down to where the cant is only 3 inches thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the boards off the top, and then I'm going to take all these flitches that I have and cut them all down to 6 or 7 inch boards, whatever I can make out of them. I've now got a flat edge on these flitches, so I'll flip them over and see how wide a board I can get out of them. I couldn't be more happier right now. I built my own tooth setter to go along with my sharpener. And if you look at these boards, now this is very soft wood, so it cuts fuzzy anyway. But the tooth scoring right here is minimal. I mean, very minimal. Which tells me my tooth setter is not only accurate, but it's doing a good job. Okay, I'm going to take the wood we just sawed, or milled, I'm sorry. There's no such word as sawed. I'm going to take the wood we milled, put it on these doors, finish up this building. Alright guys, we appreciate you coming along with us on this little journey. Please subscribe to our channel, hit the thumbs up. That thumbs up helps our channel more than you know. And hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Alright guys, until the next one, we will see you later. And as Tim would say, bye-bye now.